right, everybody. Our book tonight is Can I Be Your Dog by Troy Cummings. Can I be your dog? Well, there is a letter that is written by the dog. The dog's name is Arfie. You're not named Arfie, are you? This is Daisy, by the way. We call her all kinds of names, kind of like Fuzzy and Goofball and Ridiculous. This is what we call this dog here. But this dog here writes a letter, and he writes his letter to the very first house on the street, on Butternut Street. Dear people at Yellow House, the letter reads, Woof! Can I be your dog? I am potty trained, and I also have my own squeaky bone. Also, I love to play. I see that you have a cat, but I'm willing to work with you. Who's a good dog? I am. Sincerely, Arfie. P.S. I know every house on Butternut Street, but I asked you first. Well, Arfie gets another letter back, and the letter says, Dear Arfie, we're so sorry, but you cannot be our dog. Our cat is, allergic to dogs. Good luck in your search, the Honeycutts. All right, you want to go? So Arfie gets the letter back, and he's kind of discouraged, but he doesn't give up. He then goes to the butcher shop, and he writes a letter. Dear butcher lady, can I be your dog? I think your butcher shop would be a great place for a puppy like me. I could keep the floor so clean. Nice and clean, Arfie says. So he gets a letter back, and it's actually on butcher paper, which I find quite interesting. Look, pal, I've got a bone to pick with you. Arg, arg, arg. Last time I let a dog into my shop, a dozen meatballs went missing. Sorry, but there's no way I'm taking in a pooch. Veronica Shank, butcher. P.S. No hard feelings, bud. Enjoy these dried giblets, and good luck finding a home. So at least she's got some, compassion. She includes some giblets. And Arfie eats them, but he's still sad because he wants to be somebody's. So he goes to the fire station number 5. Dear fire station number 5, can I be your dog? I can fetch your boots. Plus, let's just say I know my way around a fire hydrant. I've sniffed out every single one on Butternut Street, and yours is the best, Arfie. Well, the mail carrier, you're not supposed to say mailman these days. The mail carrier carries the letter to fire station number 5, and sure enough, he gets a letter back. It's kind of a form letter back. Dear applicant, thank you for your interest in working with Butternut Street Fire Station. Unfortunately, the position of fire dog has already been filled. We will keep your letter on file. Best wishes in your search. Station number 5. Look what he does with the letter. Dear junkyard guy. So now he's at the junkyard. I'm not going to lie, you're my next to last choice, but these past few days have been rough. Rough. So please, can I be your dog? I don't eat much, and I can bark at people trying to steal your junk and stuff. Hopefully yours, Arfie. The mail carrier gives the letter to, I guess you can't say junkyard man. I guess you had to say junkyard person. Anyway, he's sitting over there. And he writes back the worst letter of all. Dear Mutt, get lost. Wow. Pretty rough. He writes another letter. He does not give up. If there's anything about this book, it's about persistence. It's about continuing on, continuing on, continuing on. He writes another letter. Dear last house on Butternut Street, can I be your dog? I see that your yard is full of weeds and your windows are broken and there's a really funny smell every time I come around there. But listen, I'm not picky. I'm just lonely. Signed, Arvie. So the house is pretty run down. I'm sure you see this quite often around Topeka. And in this one, the letter is not, there's no letter that comes back. It's just return to sender. So Arvie is all out of options and he cries. And he sits in the rain and he feels bad and he lives in his little box. Until one day there's a letter that shows up on his box. It's actually to him. And here's the letter. Dear Arvie, can I be your person? I need a friend who will be with me no matter what, in the snow, in the rain, in the heat, or the gloom of night. And I see that you already know everyone on Butternut Street. I know that you and I will make first-class partners. With hugs and plenty of head scratches, Mitzi Whipple, letter carrier. P.S. If you agree to this, meet me at the big blue mailbox. You already know what's coming, don't you? There's Mitzi. And she is looking. She's waiting. It's kind of like the father in the parable of the lost son that Jesus told. She's looking. And guess who's running? Arvie is running down the road with a letter in his mouth. And sure enough, they meet and there is all kinds of loving. All kinds of licking and head scratching. The two have finally met without using Tinder. Dear Mitzi, you know what? My tail has been wagging ever since I got your note. My answer is yes, yes, yes. Truly yours, Arvie. P.S. Wolf. And he gets a head scratch for that. Scratch, scratch, scratch. All right. So here's how you can help a homeless animal. You can adopt a shelter animal instead of buying a pet. Kind of like that pet that we've got over there that you saw earlier. You can volunteer at a shelter or a pet adoption center. You can spay or you should spay or neuter your pet so there will be fewer fur babies to find a home for. Bob Barker on The Price is Right used to say that all the time. Pretty good thing to say. Donate to your local animal shelter or a national animal advocacy group such as the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Have you seen those videos on YouTube? Oh my goodness, they tear me up. Or the Humane Society, but you want to donate to that after you donate to your local church. You can extend a helpful paw so that all our animal friends can find forever homes. Signed, Arvie. Daisy, come over here. Come here. Come here. And that way you can have a furry friend, and I'm sure you already do. You can have a furry friend like this one who loves to eat pillows and loves to take poos on our dining room table. All right, see you later.